Lately, I've not been playing nearly as much Overwatch as I've been wanting to, and it's time to pick things back up and start with the Tanks a Lot brawl. Alrighty, so the very first match is going to be on Nepal, and I've been thinking about the different heroes that I can choose, and I think someone like Zarya or Roadhog is probably going to be most helpful, as they can obviously heal themselves up. You know, at the very least, once I drop below, the 200 HP mark, I will automatically regenerate half of my health after not taking damage for a couple of seconds. I think that's probably going to be most helpful, and someone like Reinhart may be a little bit more difficult to pull off. And obviously I can also shield myself, shield my allies, and Roadhog can heal himself up. I think those heroes are probably going to be most helpful. Oh my god, this is going to be a mess, isn't it? Because no one is really going to die very quickly. Although so far, it looks like we have at the very least successfully taken the objective. Need to try my very best to obviously boost up, oh my god, to boost up the amount of damage that I'm dealing by using my shielding at the correct timing. But so far, we seem to be in a good spot. So far, we seem to be in a good spot. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Reinhart is not nearly going to be as helpful. Just because, you know, he can obviously shield and he can do quite a bit of damage, and his ulti is going to be pretty good too. And actually, now come to think of it, I think Reinhart, or Roadhog rather, is not going to be all too helpful either. Well, he could be pretty good, I guess, but just because of his self-heal, not so much because of his hook, just because in many scenarios, the opponents are not going to die anyway, right? Obviously, the pin of Reinhardt could be a pain in the ass as well, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zarya is just simply going to be the best in this brawl. Eventually, you know, after talking about it for the last minute or so, I've come to the realization that I probably picked the best hero so far. Whereas D.va could be helpful too, I guess, just because her ulti is going to be able to do a lot of work. I mean, that's gonna kill tanks and pretty much everyone else. Oh, come on. Really? Did he not die? Wow. Did he really not die just now? Anyway, her ulti is gonna be very helpful, and I'm very low. I'm dead. I'm dead. Am I not? Am I not? I don't have my oh my god, we actually stayed alive? We actually stayed alive through that? That's insane. I'm very low in HP. You know what? I'm actually gonna... Oh, man. I'm just gonna, like, back up for just a second. Whew. But come to think of it, I think D.va would be pretty good as well, just because she obviously does have that that really nice little bit of extra damage from her ultimate, as well as the damage on a bit of distance. Anyway, time for my ulti. Did end up throwing it forward right away. Don't want to be losing the objective now, in particular that we're at 80%. Once again, though, I gotta be very careful. I'm practically a support at this point with this much HP, and if I'm stuck like this, I am eventually gonna end up falling, but not without doing a significant amount of eliminations and damage as well. Oh, looks like we got it actually. I was running backwards towards the objective, and I assumed they would be able to capture it, but no. We managed to complete round 1 with a 1-0 advantage. Nice. Alright, so we're on round 2. Time to do a little bit of D.va action and see if we can do some damage with her as well. Obviously, we're gonna be able to deal or block a bunch of the output damage that they've got, but in general, it will mostly just come down to us being able to use our ultimate sufficiently and boosting out before really getting in trouble. There we go. That was very good. That was very nice, actually. Ooh, although, I guess it still works against Roadhog as well as a lot of the incoming damage right here as well. Gotta be careful that I don't get hooked. We're actually a little bit low, so you know what? I'm gonna disengage, grab myself a little bit more sustain, and then get back towards the objective. Because if I'm dead, I'm not gonna really be all too helpful either, right? That D.vas are oftentimes dealing less damage than ones that are alive. Now, it looks like I just got pinned right as I jumped out of the mech form. What was that? Wow. Alright, that was pretty well done. And with that, they did just manage to grab the objective. Now I have got my ultimate, and you know what? Nerf this. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Roadhog. Just end up doing quite a little bit of damage as well. Turns out at the very least we got rid of one of their mech forms, and we may start pushing onwards once again right now and potentially grab the objective back. Although I really need to stop getting hit like that. Really need to try and not get hit like that. Whew. Alright, so we're going to be shooting at a bit of a range right now. Obviously we do charge up our ultimates very quickly, but we gotta be careful because one hit and I'm dead. Only got 61 HP at this point, which really isn't something to write home about. But I can't really complain. I can't really complain about the position that we are in so far. Oh, man. Oh, no. Ooh, there we go. Ah! I was gonna say I was hiding behind the pillar, but sadly, D.va got a little bit cheeky and just simply went past us. So currently the enemies are on the objective, which is a little bit painful, a little bit annoying. Ooh, I gotta be careful and grab myself some more sustain there after taking a significant amount of damage from Reinhart. But let's see if we can start pushing it. Let's see if we can start pushing it once again. I've got that shield on me, at least for a little bit right there. So I should be able to, at the very least, you know, do a bunch of damage. Sadly, it looks like I'm once again going to have to back up and make my way back towards the... Woo! I'm sorry, Mr. Reinhart. How are you doing? Make my way back towards the healing here. Ideally... You know what? I can just use my ulti as well. I can just use my ulti as well whenever I need to, right? It should be fine. See if I can maybe do some damage there. Alright, alright, alright. There we go. And with that, we got a full HP suit once more. And we got the objective in our favor. No one ended up falling to that D.Va ulti either, which is very good for us. And we may very well be able to defend right now. This is actually going much better than I thought it would. Whew, I'm blocking so much of its damage, it's pretty ridiculous. Why are you not dead yet? How are you not dead yet, sir? What? Whoa, what just happened? I just got stunned and ultied at the same time, I think. Or obviously stunned and pushed backwards at the same time. Not entirely sure how that's possible. I guess they had several Reinhardts there, which make it a little bit more complicated. I am currently on fire, but we've got to push them off of the objective. Now, there are a lot of ultimates going down. I think I'm just going to give some suppressive fire, try and hold them back, and it looks like we have indeed successfully managed to execute that. And all things considered, this match turned out to be a success. Nice.
Play of the game.
Of course I die in the play of the game. What was I even expecting? That I would live an entire match not to show up in the play of the game? That's ridiculous. Now, even though some of the other heroes may be a little more efficient, I really want to go ahead and play a little bit with Winston, as he's one of my absolute favorites. So the next game is going to be on the attacking team on Dorado. Flanker Winston at your service. Although I don't really want to get hooked. I do not really want to get hooked. You know what? I'll flank on the other end instead. Probably a better choice to begin with anyway. Or maybe we should just get close to the payload. That would probably be smart too. Now, it's all about me pushing behind them and picking off low HP heroes, right? I think that's where I'm going to be shining the most. Although, if I can push onwards like this... Oh, man. Really? No way! Oh, come on! That wasn't fair. He was nearly dying until we got that shielding. But you know what? As long as we manage to escort the payload towards the checkpoints and all that, I think we're gonna be okay. Is there still anyone on here? Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, what are you doing on here? Did she just kill me previously? Why was that? Why was that even a thing? Anyhow, obviously I can put down my little bubble, which is going to be rather helpful. Not so much if I get pinned though. Although that's a very long runabout. And you know what? I don't really want to face you off in a one-on-one engagement, so I brought some of my friends as well. I'm sorry, Mr. Reinhart. You may be an old and grumpy man, but now you're going to be a dead, old and grumpy... No, you know, I was trying there. I was trying, but... Now, I do think it's about time for us to head back towards the objective, because you know what? Escorting that towards the checkpoint would be very helpful, as we're going to get a couple more minutes. So now I've got a massive self-heal. Technically not really a self-heal, but I've got a massive self-heal on my ultimate, as obviously, as soon as I activate that, I will be boosted up to 1000 HP. Although, if I'm stunned, it's going to be very difficult to pull off, but there we go. Managed to get quite a nice little bit of damage in as well, pushing a lot of them backwards, but oh my god, the damage output of them is absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? Oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You know what? I think it's time for us to switch to a little bit of... We'll go with Reinhart. Justice will be done, and you know, while saying that, I guess it's time for us to use our shielding here and start aiding the team with this payload, because that's really what we're going to need to do in order to pick up the victory here. Obviously, that is one of the things that Reinhart, generally speaking, does shine at. Although I'm getting distracted again. I'm sorry, dude. You did the same thing to me earlier, so I have to do that. That guy has a golden hammer. That's beautiful. That's so cool. I haven't actually seen one of those yet. That's so awesome. Well, I've seen the golden weapons before, but not necessarily this one. But anyhow, we managed to escort it towards the objective. We got ourselves another 2 minutes. I think it's time for us to start pushing. Now, for some reason, I don't know if I'm the only one that does that. Ooh, headshot there, nice. But for some reason, whenever I play Reinhart, and let me know down below in the comment section of the video if I'm the only one. For some reason, I always keep on reloading. Oof. For some reason, I always keep on reloading my my weapon when there's a little bit of downtime. So I keep on pressing R, which is going to be my reload button, whenever there's downtime. So right now, for example, I keep on pressing R to try and reload a hammer that doesn't need reloading. It's a little dumb, it's a little stupid, and I know it's not really necessary either, but it's just sort of a habit, I guess. I do the same thing on like Hanzo as well whenever I play him. Am I the only one? I highly doubt it. Anyway, gotta get back towards the checkpoint here. Dealing as much damage as possible. And actually, I didn't really think about the E ability that I got, like the Fire Strike, but that one is turning out to be a massive help as well. What's going on, guys? I'm just buying some time here. I don't really want to fight you, dude. I just don't want you to block our advantages. And, ooh, man. I didn't even see you coming, sir. I didn't even see you coming. There you go. There you go. Right back at you. Right back at you. May not be the most efficient of ultimates, but definitely the more satisfying of the options that were available. And I think this may very well allow us to start pushing towards the checkpoint. And there we go. We did just manage to obtain the checkpoint once again. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I see my shielding is necessary once again. Yeah, Reinhart is actually very helpful here. He's actually very helpful in many of these scenarios. Like, for example, that ulti as well. Another headshot right there on there, Reinhart. Ooh, what are you doing? I didn't even see you there. Why are you fighting right next to me, sir? That's not how you do this. That's not how this works. Alright, alright. Getting back. Getting back. Oh, oh, ah. And I do get taken out there. A little too aggressive, but at the very least, we've opened up the floodgates to start pushing into this area. And I guess just for good measure, we'll have to play a little bit of Roadhog as well. Just because he's, you know, one of my personal favorite heroes. And actually one of my personal strongest heroes as well. And although he does have himself a, or he does got himself a self-heal, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to pull off with the hook at the very least. But obviously you charge up your ultimate now as well with your self-heal, which is going to be rather helpful. There you go. What? I definitely hooked you. Now I'm actually kind of glad I didn't, I guess. But now that you charge up your ultimate as well, whenever you do use your abilities, in particular the self-heal. Oh, Kevin, come here. No, Kevin, I need to reload. Kevin, come here. Kevin, come here. Sit down. Oh, but now that we do charge up our ultimates while using our E ability, it shouldn't be that big of a, or that bad of a pick to use this hero either, because we're taking, you know, not that many lethal amounts of damage, I suppose. And generally speaking, there's quite a little bit of downtime to indeed heal yourself back up. And it turns out that this time around, we also nearly have enough for an ultimate charge, but we're not quite escorting the payload just yet. And I think if we group up, that would make things way easier. There's a monkey. There's a monkey. Alright, so I got my ulti. Got my ulti. Don't really care about the monkey anymore. You know what? I think this could be a pristine moment. Woo, man! That's crazy! I was gonna say, this seems like a pristine moment to use that ultimate, even though the Reinhart shield was up. I had no idea what was going on there. Now, what I do know, more than likely, someone just got to play the game right there. That was a massive clusterfuck. I don't even know what was going on there. Ooh, got a headshot once again on the monkey. I mean, a scientist, excuse me. Ooh, got him. Got him. And I'm dead. Oh, not quite, not quite, not quite. Looks like we managed to, at the very least, block a little bit of the line of sight. But so far, it looks like that massive engagement there earlier apparently gave the advantage to the attacking team, which is a little bit disappointing, because they're escorting the payload the wrong way. Man, oh man. There's so much damage coming in out of all these guys. I'm trying to hook them away, and I'm trying to, you know, stay alive here. Once again, nearly have my ulti here ready to go. Obviously, you do charge it up very quickly. Man, I got my abilities, and I can't use my ulti once again, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do so. But they're doing so much, and it's very difficult to achieve anything here. Not really getting a whole lot of value out of that, other than staying alive and pushing them backwards, and potentially allowing us to, you know, get a little bit of wiggle room and start escorting that payload once again. Ooh, got you. Got you this time. Gonna have to heal myself up. Gonna have to heal myself up, and I don't die just yet, but sadly, the combination of ultimates once again being a little bit too much. And it looks like with only a couple seconds remaining on the clock, this may turn out to be a little difficult. Alright, only 20 seconds remaining. Obviously, we can go ahead and trigger overtime as well. Did get a nice hook there. That's gonna be very helpful. Nearly have my ultimate here ready to go as well. Speaking of which, got him. Got him. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to help out my ally here. Do manage to keep him alive at least for a little bit longer. And we are indeed, at the very least, going to trigger the overtime here. There we go. There we go. Gotta stay alive. Gotta keep on pushing onwards. And it looks like we may very well be getting very close to the objective. Obviously, they're gonna be spawning right next to it. And we gotta do a little bit of walking here. So we're gonna have to trade positively if you want to obtain the victory here. Man, I'm taking a massive amount of damage. Once again, a huge engagement going down. But I don't know how positive this is going to be for the allies. I mean, lots and lots of damage being dealt. And, sadly, the opposing team is going to be picking up the victory. Although that match was pretty awesome.
Play of the game.
Well, hey, not surprised, right? Once again, I'm dying in the play of the game. I mean, that happens every single time. I got a license on that. That's a personal specialty of mine. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!